Hello and welcome to our giveaway drawing for the Keldabe Battleship giveaway that we announced earlier in the month, for which we have the wonderful digital sculptor from the slightly used Spaceship Yards in the chat. Say hi, Xenon. Today we're going to go over what we're going to do in November and the end of the year. We're going to go over the giveaway and the entries on it, and then we will draw a wonderful winner for this ship. We've done something a little different this year, or for this giveaway. In the past, we have waited until the drawing was done to draw a winner. And what we're doing now, if I can not mess this up in its entirety, is we already have the ship printed and ready to go. We're pulling it from our own stock. Once the person who wins gets in contact with us on their choice of the Zon Consortium Crusader or the Mandalorian Crusader, we will get that shipped out. The goal for this is to make sure that we have the fastest turnaround time on this giveaway that we've had this year. In the chat, we're seeing Noah Doyle and Xenon. Xenon is the sculptor for Slightly Used Spaceship Yards. Hi, Shadowcat. Want to show you something? Wah! There you go. Arcane Blue. Shadowcat told us to buy this for our engine glow, so we did. Matthew Davis, Mandel Hypernautics never built something so pretty. I agree. Not only is the Keldabe a pretty ship to begin with, the sculpt itself is just utterly fantastic. It's got the right amount of greebles, right amount of panels. The engine looks good. Looks like there's a little support structure left on there, but we'll remove that in a little bit. But in any case, let's see if we know how to do this. So real quick, we're gonna pop over to contest capture. I'm gonna turn off video capture. Okay. All right. So that should show the change on our screen here in a little bit. So before we get into all this, we're going to talk about what we're doing. So part of the reason why I'm glad that Xenon is here today is because he and I have been talking, and he's going to release a wonderful new starship for the month of November. It's already been announced for their patrons on Patreon. He is going to release the Vengeance frigate. Now, if you guys know your video games, you know that the Vengeance frigate is a cool little ship from Star Wars Empire at War. That was used by the Zan Consortium. So, other than some small ships, I consider the Vengeance frigate the last main ship for the Zon Consortium to be released. If you look at the list, there are a couple little ones. There's a little patrol boat. There's a transport. But in total, we're seeing the last of the capital ships released that the Zon Consortium used. So I have been considering what we're going to give away for the end of the year, and I believe what we're going to try and put together is a... yes. Matthew Davis, that's correct. It is Zon's entry to the Victory Star Destroyer and the Assault Frigate Mark II. For our end of the year giveaway, I believe we're going to put together an entire faction pack for the Zan Consortium and giving away. We're looking at the list right now. We're at 21 ships, including squadrons, for the giveaway. I don't know if we'll increase that or decrease that. Every ship will come with a stand. All of these ships are already produced. We just have to take them off of, except for the Vengeance frigates. We just have to take them off of the shelf and pack them up in a box. So our end of the year giveaway will be around 21 ships with stands included, and then there will be squadrons as well. We will refine that to the best way to do that between here and the end of the year. And Matthew Davis says, "For real, excuse me while I." Is that pass away? I've got a little icon. Pass away. Okay. I have a little icon on my screen that shows. It does that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. As far as other stuff that we're doing for the end of the year, we have a Dominator class Star Destroyer, or I guess not Dominator, the Interdictor class Star Destroyer coming out. We're going to do a video on the Suma Venomoth or Verminoth token that O'Neill Creations released for Halloween, which we put a picture of that up in our community posts. We have, I'm looking at the, right now I'm looking at the Interceptor 6 and the Action 4 transports. That'll be going up. We'll start talking more about what we're doing for Babylon 5 Armada, and we will release a couple of videos on the Eclipse class Super Star Destroyer. We finished printing our resin version of that ship, and we're starting to shoot videos on it. I'm working on a script. I'm not really super satisfied with the script so far, but we'll get back to that in a little while. I think we're 6 minutes into the chat. I think this is about the right time to start looking at entries. So, here were the contest rules. You had to subscribe to our channel, and you had to comment on our video with your favorite Star Wars video game. Okay. We kept it open a little longer than we said we would because we totally missed our target for doing a live stream because our internet died, and it took almost an entire week to get it restored back. Thank you very much, Frontier, for that panic attack. So we have more entries than we were going to have, but that's okay. More entries are always better. So let's get into reading the responses. I'm just going to go top down, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to see, I think, a couple trends in here that are, I think, not surprising, but they're very pleasant parts on here. So first and foremost, the Daft Muse says, Empire at War is honestly the game I always go back to, especially with the mods. It's a timeless classic. So we'll go over here and we'll go look at Empire at War. Make sure this is showing up. Yes, it is. Totally great. With the mods, I think the game is beyond amazing. You have odds like Awakening of the Rebellion and Thrawn's Revenge. Those are the two big ones that I have played a whole bunch. How do you even get to the mod section from here? I don't know how. I know how on... In any case, there are a lot of really good mods for the game. Oh, Community Hub, maybe? Workshop, there we go. Alright, so, Thrawn's Revenge. Very awesome mod that basically makes the whole game wonderful and playable. Fall of the Republic, which is the same team as Thrawn's Revenge. It's the Empire at War, or Star Wars Expanded team, with Corey Loses and lots of other guys in there. If you look at the most subscribed, Republic at War is in there, Empire at War Remake is in there, Awakening of the Rebellion is in there. All of those mods are top shelf, top choice mods. Looking at the chat real quick, Alex says, "Holy cow, that's awesome." Noah Doyle says, "Wait, Babylon 5 Armada?" That's right. That's what got us into printing the starships at Armada scale in the first place. Back with the old Fantasy Flight games, there was a small push to get Babylon 5 into Armada scale, but it kind of died because the Fantasy Flight forums were not the best for homebrew. But now that it's taken mostly to Discord, and we have wonderful creators like Tyrell Lore putting out free ships for everyone to enjoy, we'll see more Babylon 5 stuff coming up. Okay, back to the video comments. Nope, not this one. Not that video. Oh no. Okay, so you'll see Empire War again. Matt M 299 says, beautiful models. As always, a big fan of Empire at War and Mandalorian designs. Have a soft place in my heart. That being said, the original Battlefront 2 is hands down my favorite Star Wars game. I did not pull out the original on here. I pulled out the EA version of it, but I think I can grab Battlefront 2. Probably not. Okay, well, that's a bust, unfortunately. But yeah, Battlefront 2, that was a good game. That's another game that was supported by mods really well. Going down to our next entry, we have Matthew Davis. Hi, Matthew Davis. Oh, dang, that looks good as hell, Brandon. The paint jobs are incredible. My favorite game to play is probably Force Unleashed or Fallen Order. We've got Fallen Order and... Where's Force Unleashed? I have it somewhere. There it is. Force Unleashed. Still making my way through Survivor because I love action games, but my favorite story from Star Wars games goes to Knights of the Old Republic 1 for being the most Star Wars tonally while still being original, or KOTOR 2 for its insights and implications on the Force. You know, I watched, there's like a 4-hour-long video on Kriya and like her philosophy, and I really think that people take that stuff a little seriously. But whatever. You know, I'm here for the starships. That's why I'm here. All right. Let's see here. I'm choking to death here. Excuse me. Matthew Davis says, also first, okay, X09AX10A says, amazing sculpt, Knights of the Republic 2, hands down, played at least once a year. Again, KOTOR 2 is that kind of content that people really like. I like Knights of the Republic 1. I like the fact that I was able to play it on my iPad. And Knights of the Republic 2 is just more of the same. I really like those games. Cyan Bloodbane 9562 said, beautiful model, Empire at War, Awakening of the Rebellion mod to be specific. But far my favorite Star Wars video game. I've logged a crazy amount of time in there on my Steam account. If I look at my Steam account, which you guys won't be able to see because it's not in the window capture right now, but my Steam account has Empire at War Gold Pack. I've got 208 hours. But I also have 375 hours in Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion, and most of that was playing the Star Wars Sins of the Empire mod. So here we go. All right, going back to the comments. Callium Carre, you know, we interact in Discord often, and I haven't ever thought about speaking your name out loud. For me, Empire at War will always have a special place in my heart. Space strategy is my jam. I agree. Space strategy is the jam, man. Empire at War and Sins of a Solar Empire and Stellaris. Stellaris is my current jam, but I try not to play that unless I have 25 to 30 hours to play it at a time. Yeah, space strategy is great. Cyan Bloodbane, by the way, is the alias of one of the most prolific homebrew people in the Star Wars Armada community. He has been a great contributor to our community of homebrew people. All right, looking at the video comments next, we're going to say Spartan 22808 Republic Commando, which I have right here, is the game that was the first great Star Wars FPS. It was cool to play. It's something other than Jedi or standard Clone Trooper. The books it spawned were also some of my favorites. You know, I liked Shadows of the Empire. That was probably my favorite game. I don't know if you'd call that a first-person shooter, but or Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2. Those are good games. But Republic Commando had, I think, the coolest. Like, it was done in that era when Ghost Recon was putting out those fantastic squad-based games, and I think Republic Commando's, I think, the best application of that style of play. All right, let's see here. Guillaume Barnaby says, "Wow, it's a beautiful ship. Never seen those in Star Wars shows. Count me in for the giveaway. I played a ton of Jedi Knight Dark Forces, but my favorite game was Republic Commando, which I wish they made another one." Jeremy Herndorn says, "Empire War with the Awakening and Rebellion mod. If they ever redo Rebellion with an easier interface for the battles, that game was top notch." You know, Rebellion's an interesting thing because the board game for Rebellion is, I think, just as good as the video game. All right, so moving on. Space Sphere 4155 says, "Empire Wars what created my love for Star Wars space battles, and without it, I don't know if I joined Armada." That's a good point. We all came here. We all come to starships or starship battle games in a different way. Believe it or not, it's a really small niche in miniature wargaming, I thank games like Empire at War for keeping me in that thing. I wish that my brothers were, both my older brother and younger brother, who now live in my same town in Houston, I wish they were as passionate about starships and starship miniatures as me, but c'est la vie, everyone's in their own person, so that is what it is. Okay, so Bradley Stevens says, "Love the Mandalorian ships. Star Wars favorite game. Gotta say is Rogue Squadron." Man, I love Rogue Squadron because Rogue Squadron had a lot of, like, that was like the easiest flight sim to do, because I had played X-Wing and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and I'd played TIE Fighter. And those games, I think, were a little harder. I was into those games already because I had played Wing Commander and Wing Commander 2. But Rogue Squadron was... You were flying an X-Wing, and it was fairly easy to fly because it had to run on a Nintendo 64. It's a fantastic game. I was heartbroken when Disney did what they do, was they announced the Rogue Squadron project with Patty Jenkins, and then canceled it. And Lucasfilm, Disney. I mean, Disney has done that a lot with a lot of projects, but it killed me. It killed me. Judge Rath said, "They look so sweet. I linked the video in our TSA Discord. Beautiful models." And then he said, "Knights of the Old Republic and Empire at War were both fantastic games." So there we go. All right, we are more than halfway through. We've gotten to Noah Doyle, a good look at ships, a clear design language that fits Star Wars well. Favorite Star Wars video game is Republic Commando. Yeah, Republic Commandos, and we've talked about it. Still to this day, a single great Armada said, still to this day in 2023, X-Wing Simulator, which I have, somewhere. I guess I didn't find a link for that. But yeah, X-Wing is fantastic. We recently put out the video on the CR92, which is an X-Wing original. But yeah, X-Wing is one of those great games, flight simulator games. All right, where are we? Rogue Squadron 64, reinstalled it yesterday and having a blast. Number 2 would be Shadows of the Empire. Those games, I feel like they're different games, but I think they're in the same vein when you look at the ship piloting and the viewing the action from the rear. Both really good games. Shadows of the Empire was a big deal for Lucasfilm. You know, it was supposed to be a ton of tie-in into the content that was coming out from Lucasfilm. I think it was supposed to coincide with a release of something. I'm not 100% sure what it was. But there's a documentary that talks about the tie-ins that were supposed to go along with Shadows of the Empire. All right. That was Revan Bardis, by the way, was that entry. David Brooks said, Luke's favorite Star Wars game has to be Empire at War. Close section is Knights of the Old Republic 2. Like I said, there's a lot of very specific themes in here. And I think with the audience that we've attracted, there's a reason why these ones keep coming up. Mogami said, Empire at War and playing some of the mods. The game is a classic that deserves a modern reboot with high graphics. Petroglyph is still around. They're still making games. I don't know, because EA's contracts with Lucasfilm, I don't know if they've thought about getting back into that, but licensing a game is a big deal. I would love to see Petroglyph come out with it. After all, 15 years later, we're getting Sins of a Solar Empire 2 from Stardock, so who knows what could happen. Logan Logan Rapper says, oof, that's a hard choice for favorite Star Wars video game. I'd have to say Star Wars Fallen Order. I'm hoping to play Jedi Survivor soon. My close second would be the Battlefront games, followed by Empire at War. Arch Excel says, my favorite by far is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm hoping that the Knights of the Old Republic remake is as good as the original game. That would be fantastic. Shadowcat says the book, the graphic novels, and some soundtracks for Shadows of the Empire. That was the tie-ins. Okay, thank you, Shadowcat. All right, back to the entries. We are on Y'all 21. Amazing ship for my Star Wars, for my favorite Star Wars game was Star Wars Empire at War. Y'all, just so you know, you were only supposed to email if you won, but we appreciate the email that we got when we announced the contest. Xander Baby loves strategy games, so it's Empire at War for me. Oh my gosh, I've lost. Where are we? There we are. Coronat says Star Wars Fallen Order, which is right there. You know, we bought Fallen Order, and we intend to play it with on the couch with my wife, and we'll have her help and make the decisions. She's not a video game player so much as a video game watcher, and hopefully I'll be able to entertain her with that. Christopher Generalis says Jedi Survivor and Battlefront 2. I really like the Battlefront games because I really like the Battlefield games, and I think if there's still a community for Battlefront in there, I think I need to go play that game. Mogs Terror says Battlefront 2 is mine. Good memories for that. I wonder if he's meaning the original Battlefront 2 or the new one. Go for it painting said cool. Jones Fox says Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, which I have right here. There we go. Yeah, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy was pretty cool. Kentucky Fried Gamers said Force Unleashed. That sounds delicious. Kentucky Fried Gamers. Joe Boss Red 7 says Star Star, Shade Shade, Care Care, Heart Heart, Fire Fire, Trophy? What? Huh? Okay, moving on. Shadow Queen 1701 says Star Wars: The Old Republic. I played The Old Republic on launch. Me and my brothers and my roommates at the time were super into that game. We all played it very hardcore. We got to the end and realized that there was no acceptable end game, so we stopped playing. We stopped playing before it even went to free to play, and I think that's sad because we were super hyped for it. But you know, it's a really awesome game. I didn't see any of the Eternal Throne content, but I have gone back and watched several times the cinematics for each of their big expansions. And the cinematics, BioWare does just some glorious, wonderful cinematics for their games. That was Shadow Queen, by the way. And then Shadow Queen asked, did you get the Arcane Blue? And yes, I did. I showed that on the live stream. All right, and our last entry. Mandalorian is ripping off Halo big time. I mean, come on. These ships look more like what Halo would use than anything Star Wars. It's sad, really. Cyber Capri, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, Empire at War and the original Halo did come out at around the same time. But we didn't really see a ton of starships in Halo until you get to Halo 2, just 5 years later, Halo 3, and then Halo Wars. So I don't know, man. Did one inspire the other? Is there only so many ways to make a starship? Who knows? But I get where you're coming from. But you got a downvote for me, brother. All right, so those are the entries. Let's go real quick back to that guy and that guy. So, is this live? Why is it not live? There it goes. There it goes. All right, so those are the entries. That is what we had to pick through here. If the names that didn't mention a video game get pulled, we will pull another one because we're here for the specific entries. We have not decided how we're going to run the contest for the big end of the year one yet. I don't know if we're going to use Gleam.io or something like that. Really, the goal for our channel for the end of the year was to hit 1,000 subscribers. So if we could figure out a good way to drive traffic while putting out all of the ships, that would go a long way for us. But who knows? So let's get into. We're going to go back to contest capture. We're actually not going to use this window. We're going to use our one that we've used in the past. Okay. We're going to grab that. That is the video URL. We're going to refresh the page. We're actually going to turn this on so you can actually see what we're doing. Which you can. Good, good, good. Go back to the window. And alright, so we're going to add comment replies. Actually, no, we're not going to add comment replies. We don't need that. And we're going to pick one number of winners. We're going to solve a CAPTCHA live on screen and do our math wrong. Nope, that's wrong. And here we go. Got 33 comments. Oh, that is not showing up right. Okay, we'll get out of there, I guess. All right, guys, here's all the marbles. And we're going, and a single gray armada. Still to this day, in 2023, X-Wing Simulator. I still go back and play it occasionally, and will sometimes reread the novella that accompanied. Oh, hello and welcome. Let's go find that, because it cut it off on there. Where is he? Still accompanied the strategy guide. It was an introduction to Kayan Farlander. A single great armada. I want to thank you very much for participating. Everybody, I want to thank you for participating in our live stream. Look forward to this year, to the end of the year. We're going to have a content on the eclipse. Actually, let me turn on my camera real quick. We're going to have content on the eclipse. We're going to have content with the Zan Consortium. We've got the Interceptor 6 coming out for Etsy. We've got the Action 4 Transport coming out for Etsy. We've got Crazy Ships for Babylon 5 coming out. We have the Suma Verminoth. That's already out, but we're going to do a video on it. We've got X-Wing content coming out with the Cumulus Corsair. We have X-Wing coming out for the Corsair, for the Far Star, for the Action 4 Transport. We're looking at the Geonosian Pinnace and the Hoopla Corvette. And what else? I think that's it for now. I want to thank everybody for staying this far and watching. We appreciate the comments on our channel, and it really gives us the opportunity to grow and to stay motivated. For a single great armada, please email us at the following address: info@pulsefired.com. We would like your name, your mailing address, and whether you would want the Zan Consortium Crusader Corvette Focus, or the Mandalorian come on Crusader Corvette. And yeah, email us the preference and your mailing address at info@pulsefired.com. Prepared to provide proof of your subscribership to us. And we'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.